Alright. Hello everyone, welcome back to Planescape Torment. Let us resume life. Yeah, I went down there. That wasn't a pretty place. We got pretty much instantly killed down there. Journal? Journal. Find the Night Hag. Lothar suggested the next stage of my journey would be to journey to the Civic Fest Hall where someone may be able to tell me more about the Hag Ravel Puzzlewell, whom Lothar believes stole my mortality from me.
All right.
Civic Fest Hall, let's see here. Well, before we talk to anyone else in here, let's actually legitimately save game and make sure that we don't lose anything. Start talking to you. Stern-looking older woman seems to be looking for someone. Her eyes fixed upon your face as you approach her. You there. Might I have a word with you? Yes, you're Jolmy, correct? I spoke to your messenger.
Updated my journal.
I'm pleased to meet you then, she gives a slight bow. I would make you a somewhat unusual proposal, though you must admit you're an unusual man. I'll give you 1,000 copper commons for your permission to kill you. Are you open to the discussion on the matter? Sure, but why? She doesn't seem to bat an eyelash, but why not? I thought it would be an interesting experience, paying someone for the privilege of murdering them. When I first heard rumors of your existence, how could I resist? So, what is your answer? Shall we discuss the matter in greater detail? One moment, where did you hear these rumors? One hears all sorts of things in Fest Hall. How would one not eventually hear of a man like you? I'm gonna ask what you consider your proposal. Sure, let's work out details. After a short discussion, it comes down to the following terms. Jolmy will pay you 1,000 copper commons. In return, you will allow her to drive her dagger into your heart. She will wait for you to awaken, at which point she will give you the coin. Do you agree to this then? Sure. The affair is over within moments. She's already cleaned her blade and put it away by the time you've recovered. After picking yourself off the Fest Hall floor, Jolmy hands you several rolls of copper coins while you rub your aching chest. Somewhat disappointing, I must admit. Oh well, coin well spent nonetheless. Farewell. Yeah,
Updated
farewell.
my journal.
Speaking of... allowed Jolmy to stab me through the heart for a handsome sum of coin. She seemed somewhat disappointed with the experience, but I'm pleased well enough with the coin. What else can you say? As long as we don't lose any more memories. Okay. Mr. Boing.
All right.
Save game. Let's talk to this guy now. Splinter. This time, man's golden skin sparkles slightly, almost as if he were metallic. Whether it's actual flesh or merely painted on, you cannot tell. He regards you coolly as you approach, giving a respectful bow as you draw near. Welcome to the Civic Center. Welcome to the Civic Fest Hall, traveler. We are Splinter. Doorman to the Fest Hall and Priest King of Ur. How may we help you? Despite his humble offer of aid, his voice is powerful and commanding and deep, and rumbling sound that resonates throughout the chamber. How can you help me? We do many things in this fine hall, traveler. We answer questions guests might have regarding it or its inhabitants. We direct both visitors and members of the Society of Sensation alike to the sensoriums or lecture halls. We also accept new members into the Society. Lastly, it is Russ that purchases from the Society's vaults are made. Spells, items, and such. I would like to ask a question. We would be pleased to answer what question we can, so long as they pertain to the Fest Hall or the Society of Sensation. Tell me about the Fest Hall. The Civic Fest Hall is the largest building in Sigil, fitting as it is the home to the Society of Sensation, the city's largest faction. It holds sensoriums, lecture halls, training chambers, and such for visitors and members of the Society alike. Tell me about the training chambers. There are three, one for warriors, thieves, and practitioners of magic. If you find them if you would find them, pass through the middle door on the eastern wall. And the door beyond that as well. You'll be at the corner of the hallway along the one that goes east. There are three doors going to the southern wall. Each door leads to one of the training chambers. Okay, there's at least train here. Pass through the middle door on the eastern wall. Alright, thank you. This throne appears as old as the building itself. It looks unused, more a piece of artwork than a ruler's seat. Eastern hall wall. There's like a dozen. No one's gone in here on their own, so I'm gonna say we're gonna stay clear of there. Okay. This place is freaking huge. What the heck just happened? Okay, these look like they're the training halls, and this one looks to have weapons. So I'm willing to wager that this is the training hall for warriors. Everybody in here is a warrior in training except for this guy. So save quick and go talk to him. This person is practicing various combat maneuvers on a wooden train dummy. They seem far too busy to speak with you at the moment. Well, that doesn't really help me.
What's up?
Person's breathing heavily is covered in sheen of sweat. This they had just finished strenuous exercise. They then turn to you and as you approach. Yes? What is this place? They nod towards the train dummies. Warrior's train chamber. Where's the trainer?
Updated my journal.
Quisai, they shrug, wiping sweat from their brow. Somewhere in the festival, most likely. He's hard to miss. His skin is like gray stone. Okay, thanks. Quisai. A gray-skinned person named Quisai.
Done.
More sand people. Oh, nope. Quickly discourage that. Senate. Mr. Headless is just wandering around. Or someone who should be in the building. I'm really not seeing him around right now. Huh. Quite nuts. This is a life-size granite statue of a gentleman standing with his arms at his sides, eyes closed. It is of an excellent craftsmanship, exquisitely detailed and incredibly lifelike. So much so, in fact, that you find yourself wondering if it's really a statue at all. Greetings, are you Quisai? Statue moves barely, almost, but it's definitely not good. I have some questions. The statue remains silent as ever. Hello, my questions? There's still no response. Wait for a response. Keep on waiting. Wait quietly for a little while longer. The statue's eyes open and gazes you with a cold gray eyes. He speaks ponderously with a voice like two boulders grinding together. The patience is noted. Quisai would speak with you now. Mort rolls his eyes, making a gagging noise. Powers, no, not another Burke that talks like this. I have questions about this place. I have questions about you. After a period of silence, he speaks. Ask. What was it you were meditating upon when I first found you? Koisai meditates upon the way of stone. The way of stone? Koisai nods. A philosophy, a method of combat. With it, Koisai seeks to advance invulnerability. Invulnerability? You'd be unbeatable in combat. Yes, now, the way is not yet perfect. Koisai will make it so one day. Koisai knows this. Can you tell me what you discovered so far? He nods. No one has asked Koisai to share his knowledge of the way. Koisai shall do this now. He begins to speak at length, slowly and carefully. Listen, try and understand the way of
Updated
stone.
my journal.
Woo! After hours of listening and many, many questions, you still cannot understand the way of stone. Ah! Concepts are simply too complex and alien for you to fully grasp. Thanks anyway. I had other questions. About this place. Questions. Question about you. What do you do here? Can you train me? Koisai would see you break this stone. He hands you a shard of living rock. Break the stone. With some effort, you snap the shard of rock in two. He takes the stones from you and places them in his mouth, chewing them up to dust and in the shard's crackling sound. Koisai finds you physically suitable. Koisai would now ask why you seek training. To defend myself. What do you mean? It means to say that there are many ways to do things. One may steal an opponent's weapon, leaving him defenseless. But battles still must be fought. To rely on theft is a mistake. After time he nods. One may hide if one cannot be seen. One cannot be attacked. One is invulnerable. You won't train me then? Koisai sees no need. You have failed to conceive Koisai otherwise. Perhaps you should speak to the thief tutor here. You do not wish to train beneath him. You might provide a counterpoint to my argument. Can I ask you about something else then? Question about you. What do you do here? That's all I wish to know for now. Farewell. Journal. This has been a complicated mess just trying to find somebody to train. Nothing's easy in this game lately. All kinds of weirdness. Koisai refused to train me as a warrior, expounding upon the benefits of thieves over warriors. He suggests that I train as a thief with a face-tall thief tutor, or I did not want to become a... Well, if I did not want to become a rogue, talk to the thief tutor and find a counterpoint to Koisai's rebuttal. Okay. Counterpoint to his rebuttal we shall find. Because all I just wanted was to get some weapon training. Got literally points seen on this character that I can't use right now, if I'm not mistaken. Keep doing that. Yeah, I got at least one weapon slot that I could put into something by now. Are none of the trainers in their proper rooms? That's another spell going up. Oh, you know what? We're right next to the mage room. That's probably what I heard earlier. What is this place? Where's the
Updated
trainer?
my journal.
He's wandering the ward right now. Somewhere, someone upset him. He stormed out of the fest hall, swearing like nobody's business. His name is Havelock. Eli Havelock. He's thin and medium height with dark hair, swarthy skin, and sharp features. Thank you.
I'm gone.
Finally, leave that really loud, obnoxious, fancy music. Let me see here. What was the journal update? Found the thief train chamber in the Civic Fest Hall, but there was no tutor present. One of the participating footpads there told me that Eli Halleck, the tutor, has recently stormed out of the Feast Hall and was most likely out in the clerk's ward. He's described to me as a thin, medium height and dark hair, swarthy skin, and sharp features. So most likely an elf or a fae type person.
The sweet smell of sensates and governors.
Yo. Found you, Eli. This narrow-eyed, sharp-faced man is scanning his surroundings with a look of vague disinterest, pausing occasionally to look down and pick at his fingernails. Despite being clothed in silk and velvet finery, he manages to look unsavory and more than a little dangerous. Hello. The man looks your way, his eyes dark slits and now narrow stab wounds beneath his brow. His voice low and gruff despite his slender build. Play golf. Not just yet. Are you Eli Havok? He smirks. That's me. Kuisai still won't trade me as a warrior. He says I could hide from elements, thereby becoming he says I could hide from my enemies, thereby becoming invulnerable. What do you think? He shakes his head. Nah, Scott, not even myself has mastered stealth at such a degree, and some folks can't even be hidden from. Your center, your very thoughts will give you away. Thank you, Eli.
Updated my journal.
Ta-da!
Done.
Back into annoying fancy music. Now will you just please trade me with my one extra weapon slot, gosh darn you. I spoke to Eli about what you said earlier. He said no thief has mastered stealth to such a degree, and some foes can't even be hidden from. Your scent or your very thoughts can give you away. After a short wait, he nods. Mighty spells can smite many foes more quickly than any blade. You won't train me then? Koisai sees no need. You have failed to convince Koisai otherwise. Speak to the mage tutor here. If you do not wish to train beneath her, she might provide a counterpoint to my argument. In that case, farewell.
Updated my journal.
Off to the third room. This is, I assume, where we've been hearing the zaps and bolts from. Oh, yeah, they've got practice plates. Pardon me, ma'am. This person is carrying a sheaf of papers and wound scrolls, occasionally pausing to look through them, then read portions of what's written aloud, practicing elaborate hand motions as they do so. They look up at you somewhat, and as you come to stand before them. Greetings. Greetings? Greetings. What is this place? We're spider mages and come to train to study. Many wizards who took their first steps in the art of fleeting sorcerers here. Where is the trainer?
My journal.
Do not know. Lady Thorncombe has gone. I would suggest you try the sensoriums. She spends much of her time there. They lowered their voice, frowning perhaps too much. The sensoriums. Ask Splinter just inside the Fest Hall's entrance of them. You cannot reach them yourself, but he can take you there. Alright, farewell. Right. Had some questions. There was someone I'm looking for here. Lady Thornbrook of the mage's tutor. Caesar frowns slightly, narrowing his eyes. She will doubtless be in one of the sensoriums. Lady Thorncombe has been shrinking her duties lately, spending far too much time with the sensory stones. You cannot reach that place yourself, but we might take you to one if you would like. Please do.
Done.
Due Savvy's a 1552. This game doesn't seem to be Borderlands.
Wait, is it still Borderlands? Just a moment. Did the stupid thing not update again?
Due Savvy's a 1552. Still shows as Borderlands. Due Savvy's a
Sorry. Are you kidding me? You know, some days it feels like no matter how many times you smash it to properly update, it never wants to. Planescape. Torment. Update this. Yeah, that didn't switch back to single player either. So sorry about that, but yeah, that's Twitch for you. Every once in a while, it just somehow manages to slip by and doesn't properly update itself. I've had this issue on and off for years.
Due Savvy's a 1552. Yay, the system is weird sometimes.
Yeah. Sorry about that if you're looking for more Borderlands. There, that should be properly updated, hopefully. Let's refresh really quick and see. Yeah, it looks like it finally updated. Hasn't updated my phone, but seems to be updated on the website though. Sorry about that.
What's the holdup?
The holdup was that we had to tab out to look for stuff. Apparently the stupid stream didn't update like it should have. Still got about a half hour of Planescape. Nope, not who we're looking for. Not who we're looking for. Ah! Lady Thorncombe. This calmly middle-aged woman is wandering about, dreamily, absent-mindedly chewing on her thumbnail. Her eyes seem focused on nothing in particular. She is dressed in elegant yet disheveled finery, and her hair is slightly tousled. Hello. She looks. She takes her thumb out of her mouth, smoothing back a strand of her hair that had fallen in front of her eyes. Are you by chance Lady Thorncombe? Her eyes widen the moment she looks away from you. No, no, I'm not, sir. You're a terrible liar, you know. Who are you, then, if I may ask? No questions, I assure you. I think you are, madam. You are Lady Thorncombe, Mage's tutor of the Civic Hall. Thorncombe puts her sullen look in as... And if I was this one, what of it? Then I had some questions for you. Well, I'll ask as you wish. She sounds apathetic. Kuisai won't train me. He says spells are more effective than melee combat. What do you think?
Updated my journal.
She shakes her head. "'Tis not always so. Mages are physically deficient. Our spells merely crutches against defensory. When one sorcery is spent, the core of combat still remains. Understand. Thanks and farewell." Her problem is up with her that she can't be bothered to do her work is beyond me at the moment. If we have to get involved, we will get involved. But otherwise, I just had a question. And now it's been answered. No, music is like the lowest thing on here. You'd think it wouldn't be so blindingly loud. Alright. I spoke to Lady Thorncombe about what you said earlier. She said the mages are physically deficient. Their spells merely crutches against this deficiency. When one sorcery is spent, the core of combat still remains. He smiles slightly, making a deep rumbling sound in his throat. Suisai finds you fit to teach. Meet Koisai in the training chamber. I'll be there shortly.
Updated my
Knowing the
journal.
teachings of Zerthamon, I have become stronger.
Alright, that was a couple things at once. First thing, journal. Koisai has at last agreed to train me and told me to meet him in the Fest Hall's Warrior Training Chamber. And I believe Doc, yep, has gotten a level up button. Improved fighting skills, improved hit points by 5 with the bonus one from Khan. Current saving throws and 0 safe skills. Still has an extremely high AC. By the way, this is running on 2nd edition D&D rules, which means that a low number on your AC means that you're harder to hit. It's Thaco, not actually armor class. Real armor class, at least as the way we would define it nowadays, didn't happen until 3rd edition. I don't know why it took them 3 editions to figure it out. Drives people batty. Alright. You are here to train? Yes, train me. You are a warrior by trade? Yes. Kuisai is proficient in all weapons, specializing in none, master of many. What would you learn of Kuisai? I could learn more about axes, and the axe has been our go-to, but swords would also be nice. I'm not sure what the actual best weapon in the game is going to be. We actually don't have much in the way of hammers. Let's upgrade blades. Yes, teach me. Precise is pleased with you. As a student, you learn quickly. Thanks, farewell. And let me double check my character sheet. Make sure that all the spare weapon points are spent. Yes, they are. And edged weapons are improved. Edged weapons, I believe, does not include daggers, but it includes just about every version of sword. Don't know why it doesn't include more if you're just going broad term at edged weapons, but whatever. Inventory. Should really learn how to do hammers soon, I think. But just in case we come across a really good sword, he's at least capable now. Alright. So that's been gotten out of the way. I think. I had some questions. Is there anyone who might know about Revel Puzzlewell? Blizzard closes his eyes and blinks briefly. We would recommend that you speak to the wizard by the name of Quell about Revel. Quell is always somewhere in the feast hall, most often in the private sense room. How can I get into the private sense room? You must be a member of the Society of Sensation. Might have become a, can I become a sensate then? In order to join the Society of Sensation, one must be willing and prepared to share their own experiences. 5 are required from each of the senses. Alternatively, one may contribute a single experience that has strong elements from the 5 senses. These must be either new sensations, improvements upon our current stock. Should we find them acceptable, they will be placed into the sensory stones, and you, having become a sensate, will be taught the sensory touch. It will allow you to draw others' wounds onto yourself, healing them by accepting their suffering. I'm ready. I want to become a sensei. First, what smell or experience involving it would you offer us? Actually, I would like to contribute one experience that involves all 5 senses. I woke up not knowing where I was on a cold, blood-sticked iron slab in the bowels of the mortuary, a place where only the dustmen or the corpses of their care have seen. Sutter nods. Go on. My entire body reeked of embalming fluid, but even the smell of that was not enough to match the coppery scent of gore around me. Dozens of bodies lie on countless body slabs like one I rose from, all in the process of being gutted, flayed, and like my nightmare's clockwork devices for reasons unknown. The only sounds were the squeals of labored metal and the unsteady tread of undead workers as they pushed the slabs about the mortuary on rusted iron tracks. A disturbing experience, he nods. And I even left out the part about the chattering skull that flew at me as soon as I was upright. Will it suffice, Splinter? Yes, we shall go to Empty Stone now to record your experience. You will then be granted access to those privileges bestowed only to members of the Society of Sensation, as well as taught the sensory touch. Accompany him to record the experience and learn the touch. 10,000 experience. Wow, this side stuff is doing pretty good. Alright. You return to Civic Fest Halls foyer with Splinter. We welcome you to the Society of Sensation, Traveler. Any further journeys and experiences pave your road to the great troops of the multiverse. Thank you, Splinter. I question. Alright. Speak to Quell. Show me the private sensorium.
Done.
Ah. Hello, Quell. Oh, trying to talk to you. Whoa, hey, dude. This older man is chewing on something, muttering softly to himself. After a moment, there's a crack as he crunches down on the object in his mouth, then swallows it. His bushy, brassy white eyebrows furrow for a moment, rise and then furrow again. Greetings. Not so much as looking at you, the man reaches into his tunic, pulls out a puce-colored ball, regards it curiously for a moment, then pops into his mouth. Greetings? The man frowns, waves you away, then nods to himself thoughtfully as he savors the flavor of whatever he's put into his mouth. I've got some questions. Man smirks, bites his thumb at you, and then abruptly pauses. His cheeks swell with violent gag. He spits up the large black fly with which begins to buzz around the chamber. Morrison candies be damned, he cries, shaking his fists at the insect. He whirls on you. What? What do you know of Ravel Puzzlewell? Pops a small red candy into his mouth. Do you always traipse about molesting innocent mages about your ignorant prattle? Babbling, chittering, crattering? The candy roots in his mouth and on chattering, flying into the high arc to land on the floor of a wet flip. He stares at it sadly. sorry about your candy. It was too tasty, too. He mules. So tasty, too. Okay, misread that. My dyslexia is terrible. He suddenly looks up, snarling, "Sorry, as you should be, you piking, bugging beetle. Mages deserve respect, and brashers like you should know their proper place." He begins to jump up and down. Proper place, proper place. I only meant to ask you some questions. I care not, you yeasty beef-whittled pig nut. His eyes bulge as he jabs his finger at you. Now off of you, and do not return without being prepared to show the proper respects. Come bearing tribute, a gift. He suddenly draws back and close and whispers from the side of his mouth. Candies or chocolate would be nice, but nothing common, mind you. Bring something exotic now, begone! Fine, I'll look around the ward for something suitable then.
Updated my journal.
No, I want to actually roleplay this. How about the option where I freaking pull out my axe and tell him to start talking before I skewer his head off? This guy's been an asshole from the moment we met him. I already hate his guts. They gave us multiple options like that before until this point. Give him something exotic.
I'm gone.
Punch the fucking mouth. Anyway, I think we are at about an hour for today. Very close to it. I'm not sure where to go, and I can just look that up in my free time, and we can continue from here tomorrow a little more easily. So I'm going to say we're done here, folks. Thank you all very much for watching. Thanks for showing up, and thanks for the person who told me that my Twitch didn't properly update. It happens. But anyways, that's all for now. Thank you all again for watching. See you all later, and if you enjoyed the show, don't forget to subscribe or follow, depending on where you're watching. And check out the links below if you want to find out the other channels where all my content is held. And I will see you all later. Have a good night.